Yeah, hello. Zakinthos here. Yeah, so I saw the game between Australia and New Zealand at Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane, and let me get off the bat. Congratulations to Australia making the World Cup, beating Peru. That was fantastic. That game went to extra time, penalties, and whatever. We deserve to get through. You can only beat who you're up against. And then the World Cup draw came out with France, Tunisia, and Denmark, and this is not an easy group. When I heard the press conference yesterday between Arnold and Hiddink, the web clip that I saw on Socceroos.com.au the Herald sent, very disturbing. When they were talking about the New Zealand game and even like in the World Cup, they know, Graham Arnold and Hiddink know who the Socceroos opponents are, or Australia's opponents are. They said we have to be ultra fit and ultra fit and ultra fit. All right, man. Are the French players not ultra fit? Oh, that's right, I forgot. They're not playing in a higher league. They're not playing in Europe, and some of them play in the UEFA Champions League and whatever. But when you go to close down a French player, especially those that play with Paris Saint-Germain or Real Madrid, they go around you. And the higher the level you go, the better the national team, even the defenders, will go around you. If you go to close down a player, you, Graham Arnold and Hiddink, don't understand that you can't just be fit and ultra fit. That might have worked with a German coach, Otto Rehhagel, in 2004, when Greece defeated everybody, all and sundry, against Portugal. That didn't happen again. That's once in a lifetime that works, that system where we'll do a full court press, close them down, and maybe the opposition will get tired, and maybe they'll make a mistake. France won the World Cup in 2018, lest we forget. So this game here, I'm happy. We won. I listened to Channel 10 afterwards on 10 Play. Tara Rushton, sorry, I have the greatest respect for you, my darling, my dear, but you've got no idea. The other two, the only one that made sense out of anyone was Daniel McBreen. Simon Hill, yeah. Scott McDonald. And Scott McDonald said at the end, what they're going to do with Sunday's game, Arnold says he's going to bring a whole different 11. So tonight's game, Thursday night, that we won 1-0, met Hilja Vassana, gnawing of teeth. We won 1-0, Brisbane at home. You're going to use a different starting 11 when you play New Zealand away. So when we play the World Cup in November in Qatar, you're going to have one starting 11 against France and another starting 11 against, is it Denmark or Tunisia as a second game? What, because it's only a 3-day break? Surely not. In that, you're going to change maybe 3 key players from the second game. Why are you changing a whole 11? Scott McDonald said after this one, they should have tried the second 11 that they're going to play on Sunday. Why don't you use 3 or 4, bring them into this game? See how the youngsters, he's going to play all youngsters in the game against New Zealand. I understand these are friendlies, but Graham Arnold, take them slightly seriously, man. This game, I'm sorry, I know we won 1-0. I saw it, and Daniel McBreen said it. He called it an aggressive press in the first 10 minutes. We scored, fine. For me, sorry Tara, sorry, I don't know who else said it, that Australia played better in the second half. No, they didn't. I watched the game. No, they didn't. If we're going to play like this, and I know what people are going to say, oh, Nick Zakinthos, you've got no idea. We've got no hope against France anyway. Yes, we've got no hope against France anyway. We have no hope against Denmark. The problem is implement a system that makes sense to you, that makes sense to the FFA. For the love of God. How many times do we have to say this? Why? Let's analyze the game. The first half, what I like about, what I don't like about Graham Arnold, he's picked his son-in-law. When I saw the son-in-law, like Graham Corns, the old Adelaide Crows coach on 5AA said in Adelaide here, the football gods were with you, Graham. You were lucky, you make your own luck anyway, that we didn't concede. That there is unacceptable. You said you pick players that have to play the form of their life. What? So your son-in-law is playing in the form of his life. What? He's playing regular football. That's not what I saw at Harold's house when he showed me on soccerway.com.au where they show all the players that play regularly. Are you serious? You're going to play your son-in-law with Milos Degenak at the back in the World Cup? Are you serious? We won 1-0 at home to New Zealand. New Zealand. And what? Oh, they'll say to me, Zakithus, it was always going to be a close game. Again, it's the system that you implement. I call it the Zakithus principle. It's the system you implement and the players you pick. For me, picking Trent Sainsbury as a central defender is epic fail. Jackson Irvine has slightly improved. Bajic, sorry. As is Bajic, at left back, I don't know. The other principle I have, are we not, as a national team, and are the FFA are we not trying to copy the better countries in Europe? I know we can't be like Germany, France, Belgium, Holland, Spain, Italy. Can't we emulate the way Spain play? Can we not string 15 passes? And I was thinking about it when I was watching the first half. Australia might string 15 passes in the back half, but I guarantee you 99 out of 100, we turn it over. There was a good part. The strength that Socceroos or Australia have is when they whip balls in from near the corner flag, when they're whipped in. But when they're whipped in high, no. Taggart was made a scapegoat, and I think McDonald said at the end to Tara Rushton, it's a pity we had 2 number 8s and not a number 10. Had we had a number 10, he'd be feeding him. Well, we did have a number 10. Riley McGree came on. What's he a number 10? Scott McDonald, I didn't see 2 number 8s. From kickoff, they started as 4-3-3. They only played with 1 striker up forward. So you're saying, are they playing? What is the system you're using, Graham Arnold? Is it 4-2-3-1? Or is it 4-3-3? Make up your mind. And all they'll say, everyone will say, well, all coaches vary their systems. They might change it 2 or 3 times in the course of 90 minutes. Yes, but try to make it simple. I kid you not, we are going to get belted against France. If we play like this, we turned over the ball in the second half. You fuckers out there are a lot of you that know soccer better than me. And obviously, some people like Graham Arnold don't know. We struggled in the second half, and I saw black shirts crippling us a bit. They were very unlucky not to equalise. At the end of the game, everything's hunky-dory. We won 1-0. And in New Zealand at 12:30 on Sunday, because us fuckers have got nothing better to do, we have to watch another, with a second 11. Man, I'm not watching it. If I find out that it's a whole different 11, I might watch it out of curiosity to see what the level is. So that obviously that result doesn't matter. Does any result matter? I forgot, we're in the World Cup. Fine, congratulations, we're in. But if you play like that in the second half, we died in the arse. End of story, sorry for my language. We died in the arse. I've done this podcast because it's disturbing, very disturbing. You cannot be serious, Graham, that you're going to use a whole different 11 on Sunday. Please don't do this. Vary it by 3 or 4 players, fine, I can understand. It's 11 plus 8, a squad of, all right, and it's even more than that, squad of 20, fine. But there's like Tony Palumbo of the old SBS 20 years ago said, you can only pick 11 players. Man, don't do this. Are you, Graham Arnold, are you going to try to get out of the group stage of the World Cup? Or as Harold says, we are there to make up the numbers. Hello, Dion. Hopefully you're enjoying this podcast. Hello, Nick, Mary, everyone. Look, I'm happy that they won, but for me, they won 1-0, but the overall game for me is not good. It's slightly disturbing. We didn't have majority possession. And for me, possession is 9/10 of the law. If you have possession, you win and you win comfortably. Taggart, they dragged in the 59th minute. And so who do they bring on? They brought on the guy from Melbourne City. Well, yeah. This is the other thing. If they enter they have to look at a tall striker, and now they have no choice but to play Mitchell Duke to pick him from the start. If they're not comfortable with I can't remember the guy's striker's name that plays for Melbourne City that they brought on, the short guy that used to play for Brisbane, and he played for Scotland into he's not the answer. They actually need someone that's tall. Now, you want a complete player in all positions. When you enter the World Cup, you enter a high level competition. Every player that plays in all their positions has to be good quality player. No. Let's go through the ratings of each player. The goalkeeper, I sat next to my aunt Thursday night, and Nick, my cousin Nick, watched a bit of it. The goalkeeper, I give 9 out of 10. Trent Sainsbury, 5 out of 10. And the reason you don't get 4 out of 10 is because we won the game, so I'll give you 5 out of 10. Milos Degenek, 8 out of 10. Aziz Bage, 7 out of 10. Fran Karasic, 7 out of 10. The St. Pauli midfielder who's in the second Bundesliga, Jackson Irvine, 6 out of 10. Hrustic, 7 out of 10. Mabil, we'll get to Mabil later. Mabil, 10. 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10. Boyle, 9 out of 10. 8 out of 10 for Boyle. Taggart, I want to give Taggart 150,000 out of 10 because I know he's a fucking player and a half. I don't give a shit what anybody says. He's never coming back to Australia. He's in Korea, he's in Japan, he's in Asia. He's in that system. If he was shit, you'd see him back here a year ago. He'd be at Newcastle now. He'd be at Central Coast Mariners, kicking Bocales down Gosford way. But no, he's still there. Okay, Taggart is a scapegoat, fine. Like Harold said, you haven't picked Volpato from Italy because now he's been made the bad boy. He's said, I don't want... Of course he doesn't want to play for Australia because he doesn't see that he's never picked. So Italy has picked him, I don't know. And Jose Mourinho, I've said this before on the previous video, the Roma coach must be laughing that Australia doesn't pick Volpato. But he probably farts and said, nah, take that Australia. Take it and shove it to the bank. If you don't want Volpato, I'll have him at Roma forever and a day. Because some coaches have a brain and others in the federation here at Soccer Australia, that's what they used to be called. Football Federation Australia has had 2 or 3 different name changes in the 10 years that I've known them, if not more. Please stop. Just stop, FFA, and think about what you're doing. Just like Baggio for Italy when he used to score a goal and silence the crowd. Shh, and he'd go like this. I can't hear you. Should I be in the national team? Another one that got shafted by Italy a couple of times. In and out. Should I be in and out? Shaft. Anyway, that's for another whole podcast. Mabil. Now, it's obvious to me. Let's talk about systems. New Zealand started out with a 4-4-2, and I know from the A-League, I've watched a lot of it, thank you Paramount Plus. Central Coast play 4-4-2, Brisbane Roar play 4-4-2, and maybe Newcastle. The rest play the more advanced, modern 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3. You play 4-4-2, and I know this from Football Manager, there are 4 corridors, 2 central corridors, 2 flanks. 4-3-3, which it looks like under Graham Arnold, Hiddink and company, FFA will never change. It'll be 1 striker up front. Adelaide United the same. Under Veer, it's 1 striker. If it's 1 striker, there are 3 corridors. Do what you want through the middle. Do what you want on the right. You have Boyle there on the left. When we attack down the left side is Mabil. So they asked, he scored the goal, and that's no fluke. The guy plays in Spain, he's gone to Cadiz and hardly gets a game. But it's shown to me that the training that they do in Spain, sorry about that, is light years ahead of what they do anywhere else in Australia and Korea, whatever. If they are, Arnold said at the end, yeah, about Mabil, we have a long way to go. No, he has, he's the first one you pick, the first, not in the squad, in the starting 11. Don't rotate, don't do this and that, start rearranging players here and there. Mabil, if you're playing 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1, the number 7 spot on the left side, the attacking winger, is him. You play him. For the simple fact, in that when you used to play Lecky on the left, and I'll give Arnold a little bit of credit, he didn't start Lecky from the start. He wanted to see Mabil. So I want my options 50-50. Mabil is light years ahead of Lecky. A, he's African. B, and that's not being prejudiced. If we can only have enough African players, we would be winning all sorts of tournaments at youth level. B, Lecky is a right footer playing on the left side. To me, that equates to an inverted winger. So when Lecky has the ball down the left, he cuts in. And that just crowds up the midfield and blah, 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 whatever. Mabil hugs the touchline, and you saw 3 or 4 runs in the first half. He hugs the touchline. You know why we won? Because Mabil was picked from the start. All right, you don't pick Mabil on Sunday, fair enough, you've seen what he can do. But Graham Arnold, mark my words, if you don't pick Mabil against France, we have no hope. No hope in God's green earth, mate. And I just... what more is there to say? Alex Brosk, I like Alex Brosk, but did you talk tonight? What was your comments? See, what I don't like, what I like about Georgia Yeoman-Dale, and for some reason she's hardly on, I guess she's a female, she calls it as she sees it. When the Matildas played in the Olympics about 6 or 7 months ago, there was a draw. No, she wasn't happy. Yeah, I'm being paid by Channel 10, she says to herself, but I'm going to express my opinion. I'm going to say the motherfucking truth, man. But here on Channel 10 tonight, that Scotty guy, the boundary rider, oh, Graham, I love you. I love your kids. If I could hug you and kiss you, Graham, oh, I want you so badly. I love the Socceroos. I'm so happy that you got through. Motherfucker. You know what's going to happen? Once you're not going to be hugging and kissing, not grandma, you're going to be in shock. Your jaw's going to be like that. When you see what France does to us, Denmark will be methodical. They will flick it around 10, 15, 25 passes. They will play like Holland. And Tunisia, they're just going to do all attack. They won't give a shit. And I've said it to Harold, and Dion knows this. There will be a 22-year-old winger probably that plays for Tunisia, that plays his football in France, and he will dazzle us. Because why? Because we will play clown players like Sainsbury. When I see Sainsbury in the starting 11, you must be kidding me. You must play your son-in-law. You must play your family member. No. Stop. Just stop. Yeah, I don't understand. And then you've got these, some of these. There are some females that don't even care about sport or soccer, or they go for jogs. They don't even jog in this area. The other one was walking barefoot on one of the streets. I went for a jog. I went for a jog and then I saw her. Who's that tall girl barefoot? Are you kidding me? It was Summer barefoot. The other one, I go, hello. Oh. I mean, what's the point? And I was going to say, do you girls even watch soccer? Do you know what a ball is? Do you know what a touchline is? Huh? Is that like part of a touchline, like a curvature thing on a phone or the... No, bitch. It's a part of the field on soccer. So just, that's why soccer's going nowhere. And Harold would say these stories, and they're true. Dion's aware of it. When West Adelaide used to play, we'd go to Hindmarsh Stadium or the Thebarton Oval. You'd see them walk around the oval. It was actually oval, not square pitch. Oval. Like that. But it's besides the point. Sorry I went off of a tangent, but that's how I feel. There are some that just don't support the game, some of them that don't give a shit. Some of them, they've got ego. They don't care. They just show no interest. Like, you just don't you want to find someone to spend the rest of your life with? Like, no, I don't want to. Don't look at me because I'll burst out in tears. Why? Because Superto Ligo, fuck you. Just, it's mind blowing. It's like I'm like a broken record. They're all happy. It's like this. What I don't like, I like the Tommy Rogic thing. To this day, we still don't know what's happened. You won't get a straight answer from Graham Arnold. You won't get a straight answer from anyone. Hitting, forget it. The FFA, this is the other thing. So I see a headline, I didn't even bother reading this. Jamie Johnson, the Football Federation Australia CEO, Chief Executive Officer, a thing on the Google News, that the National Second Division will start in 2023. Are you kidding me, man? Are you messing with me? Are you fucking for real? What do you think, we're stupid, man? What, 2023? And then I saw a post today on Facebook. Only 6 clubs will be able to enter the end. You need the 6 clubs either from the NPL, from their local divisions in the States, or an A-League club. They need, the second division. There's only 6 NPL clubs. They need a $2.5 million license and $700,000 operating budget per year or something like that. Only 6 NPL clubs. And they're just messing with our heads, teasing with us. Graham Arnold, so again, like the previous video, will you not look at these players in Croatia? For me, the game against New Zealand, I'll sum it up. They played as good as we did. We scored 1 goal. I don't know why Channel 10 are celebrating. Everyone's celebrating. Again, yeah, we got the victory. That's not a victory. A victory is 2-3-4-0 with a 60-70% possession. If we had possession of 70-80%, well, fair enough. But we struggled. Oh, we got the goal. And Graham Arnold goes in, we weren't physically stronger. But it's not about strength, man. Man, with the French players, you think they're not physically strong? The Danish players will be slightly thinner build, maybe by 2 or 3 kilograms. The Tunisians are going to be lightweight. You want to talk about skin folds, like you watch the Tunisian players. Mate, I'm overweight by 15 kilograms, 20 kilograms compared to Tunisian players, motherfuckers. So it just blows my mind. Like, and then they say, how do you get these women involved in soccer? Or some of them don't even watch it, man. Oh yeah. I had a boyfriend and he dumped me, and so I now have no interest in no one. Oh yeah. What happened? Oh, he didn't want me anymore, and so you're walking up the street at night because he doesn't drive, and therefore I'm gonna walk to your house all the way to and I'm gonna show you that I don't need to drive either. The other one has put sensor lights all around the house, like it's fucking Adelaide Airport where the planes go, they fly in. Man, for me, just stop. Please think about what you're doing, FFA. Someone give advice. I know no one's going to step in and talk to Arnold. We had the wiggly woo, the goalkeeper. That's fine, that's good. That stunt ain't going to work against France. There'll be some French people giggling. They're going to be laughing. If you think I'm laughing, they're going to really laugh, mate. If France were watching, one of the scouts from France, the national team, or some television network in France, they would have been watching this game. They're rubbing their hands. They know. That's 3 points in the bag. That's done and dusted. They may not even field their best team. I reckon France will go out with arrogance in the first game and they'll drop 1 or 2 key players just to rest them for the second and third game to make sure they go through to the second round. Because France know that Australia will not go. This theory that Graham Arnold, it's not just Graham Arnold, all of the FFA have in that we will be fit and strong and we have to be in the fittest condition Are you kidding me? It's technique, man. It's technique. It ain't just fitness. Fitness is 50 or 40%. It's technique on the ball. When the ball hits the inside of your foot, what do you do? How do you trap the ball? Mate, disturbing. This game was disturbing, and if they're going to play a second 11, for me that's fail. That's my opinion, and I know that, and I'm certain when a lot of people hear that they're a completely different 11, oh, we've got a squad of 25, so we'll chop it in half, give that 11 to go Thursday night, give the other 11 to go Sunday night. Fuck you, man. Take it seriously. Or you think I've got nothing better to do on Sunday than to sit back with one leg, put a headset on, watch 10 play, whatever, and watch that for whether the result doesn't count. Make about you're gonna make 7 changes. You're not gonna. What then? We're gonna look at more. How many more are you gonna look at? You can only pick 11. And the second game in the World Cup, you can only make 2 or 3 changes. What are you gonna do, man? Why should we are gonna finish bottom of the group. The game I saw tonight, we will finish bottom of the group. I guarantee you. And there are some females as well that, oh yeah, you know, I mean, I don't like soccer. I find it a bit boring. Really? But you didn't find it boring when you're taking your boyfriend to all the clubs and to here and there, to nightclub. Do you love me? Yeah, yeah. But the moment that you mention to him, you know, when we get married, oh, everything changes. The boyfriend is not interested. They don't want to commit. They're in their late 30s as well. No, I don't want to get married. Who said I want to get married? Giafti. How do you say it in English? Diskakofani, because she gets offended. Oh, so things become strained. And as the months go on, towards the end of 26, they stretch. And stretch to the point like a rubber band. Boom! Boom! Like a balloon. Bang! And it's over. And then it's like, oh, nothing happened. Were you with someone? No, I don't think so. Yeah, I think so. Because your hair was always in a ball for 2 years. And you wouldn't speak to me. Oh, no, that's not true. Oh, okay. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Who do you want? The other one, walking barefoot. Had a boyfriend living with her at the house for 2 years. Then she moved out. So at the end of 24, she was with a boyfriend for 2, that lived there with a blue car. At the end of 2014, she moved out, went to Finland or whatever, came back at the end of 2016 to live back at the house that she owns. She remembers, oh, that's right, I've got 2 houses, but I'll go back to that one. So there are some females, sadly, that have zero intelligence. I'm not the smartest man in the world, but I do learn from my mistakes and I have a good sense of opinion. Sadly, some of you are zero. You're not worth it. I laugh. I cringe. I jog. Dion jogs. Harold goes to the gym. We train. We are not told what to do, when to do it. Stop what you're doing. I would never stop jogging if a girl told me to. Oh, yeah, I love you, Zakithos. I don't give a shit. If you love me, you want to shake me, I have my kid. Motherfucking bitch, I ain't gonna fucking stop jogging ever, mate. And that's who I am. I would never change. I'm like a constant in a variable. But some of you women, you change your men like socks. And what you think we can't see. When you cruise by in the car and you don't look. You pretend you don't see us. Again, like we're invisible. And Dion, I said to you that the cartoon from the 70s, when you press the button in Space Ghost, zip, you just turn invisible. That's how you are. You might as well be invisible. And you wonder why. The women that I applaud are the ones that train, that jog, but not the ones that don't jog in area. They jog in Brompton, They jog there and they don't jog here. And Harold goes to the gym. Yeah, there are girls. Exactly. A man is meant to be with a woman, but some women believe what's happened now is that a woman meets a man, and when it doesn't work out like with of a marriage, they become gay. So the woman ends up with a woman. There are women with women. So how are we supposed to find a woman when the woman doesn't want a man? She wants to be with a woman. I don't want to be a man. I don't want to be with a man, full stop. I don't give a shit. Yes, Chris Pine is good looking. He's a Star Trek phenomenon. Star Trek is one of the best movies. Chris Pine is a great actor. But no, sorry, stop. I want a woman. But not like, yeah. You know, like, I remember my parents was at the end of 2016. Zakynthos, we have there's this girl that we want to set you up with. And my mum was saying, may she rest in peace. We'll set you up with her. I was like, I don't know. Come on. My mum was pushing. Thelis, come on, nas stopume, we'll tell her. All right. And my mum was so happy. And what happened? Fucking nothing. Nothing happened. Because they probably told her and they said, there's this person, this soccer coach called Zakynthos that's probably 8 years older than you. No, I don't want him because he's too old. That's right, because I'm fucking 80 or 90 years old. What the fuck do you bitches want, man? You've got money, units. What the fuck do you want? Tell me what you want so we can move on. I'm done. See you later. Bye-bye.